Hey hedgehogs, I'm really missing you all, but I hope you're all okay and you've had a lovely Christmas. Hopefully we'll all be together again soon, but in the meantime, it's that time of day again. It's story time, and I've chosen a book called The Tiny Seed today. Now you'll know about this if you've done your reading comprehension work today, which I hope you have before you listen to this story, because the work was all about predicting what you think might happen in this book. So hopefully you've done it, you've made your predictions, you've sent it over to me, and now you can enjoy the full story. It's by the same author as the author Eric Carle, who wrote the Hungry Caterpillar book, which I'm sure you've all read or heard of before. And it's one of my favourites, and I love this story, The Tiny Seed. And the reason I've chosen it is because our new topic in science this term is plants. So I'm looking forward to hearing all about your knowledge and everything that you know and learn about plants. So I thought we'd do The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle, and I hope you enjoy it. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they going? I wonder if you can see which one is the tiny seed compared to the others. Have you spotted it? One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up it goes. It flies too high and the sun's hot rays burn it up. Oh no! But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Can you spot the tiny seed still? It's not this one that went and got burnt by the sun. Oh dear. See if you can see the tiny seed. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. I wonder why the seed can't grow on an icy mountain. Maybe you can tell your adult. I wonder if you can see the tiny seed. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. I wonder if it's been a bit sensible. Can you see it? One seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. Can you see which one it might be? I wonder if you know the name of this plant in the desert. Looks like it's got some spikes on, since we're learning about plants. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Oh, that's lucky. Wonder if you can see which one maybe is the tiny seed. Can you have a look? Come closer. It's so small the bird doesn't see it. It's a lovely coloured bird. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still and the mouse does not see it. Oh, that's good lucky, isn't it? I wonder if you can see maybe where the tiny seed is. The mouse goes for the bigger ones instead. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls, the seeds grow so round and full they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore, they are plants. First they send roots down into the earth. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and the air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big fat weed, and it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants. And that little plant dies. Oh dear. That's why anyone who has a garden likes to get the weeds out of it so that it doesn't take all the sunlight from the plants. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally it too starts to grow into a plant. So there's the big weed, which was taking all the sunlight and water and all the nutrients from the little plant. On this page, I wonder if you can see the tiny seed that started to grow into a plant. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along and, oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbour grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. So the big one with the flower gets picked, but the tiny seed, little plant, doesn't. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Wow. Can you imagine that flower growing in your garden or at school? That's a very, very, very big flower. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. See all the lovely coloured birds. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens. So that's the bit in the middle of the flower where all the seeds are kept. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. And I wonder what journey those seeds will go on. And it starts all over again. So the tiny seed grew into a big beautiful flower at the end, which is lovely, and hopefully that story will help us when we come to do our science learning on Friday about plants and especially flowers and trees we're going to be looking at this Friday. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I'll be back tomorrow for another one. Keep up the hard work, everyone. Miss you lots. Bye.